10 things you must do to become more powerful in your endeavor. The concept of power has been widely misunderstood in modern culture. Many people associate power with external indicators such as wealth, status, dominance, or visibility. However, true power is fundamentally internal. It is rooted in self-control, emotional regulation, discipline, and independence from external validation. Historically, individuals who held lasting influence, whether in leadership, business, or personal development, demonstrated a high degree of internal stability and clarity rather than outward force. In today's fast-paced, hyper-connected world, the illusion of power is more accessible than ever. Social media platforms amplify visibility, making it easy for individuals to appear influential without developing the underlying traits that sustain real authority. This creates a gap between perceived power and actual capability. As a result, many people chase recognition rather than mastery, leading to fragile confidence and reactive behavior. The principles outlined in this script draw from psychology, behavioral science, and performance philosophy. Concepts such as delayed gratification, emotional intelligence, and environmental design play critical roles in shaping a powerful individual. Research consistently shows that those who can regulate their emotions, maintain long-term focus, and operate independently of external approval tend to achieve greater success and influence over time. Ultimately, power is less about controlling others and more about controlling oneself. It is the ability to remain composed under pressure, make decisions aligned with long-term goals, and act with intention rather than impulse. By shifting the focus inward, individuals can build a foundation of power that is resilient, adaptable, and sustainable in any environment. Most people think power is loud. It's dominance, control, status. But real power is silent. And if you don't understand that, you'll spend your entire life chasing something that was never meant for you. Because the truth is, power isn't given. It's built, quietly. And most people will never build it, because they are too distracted trying to look powerful instead of becoming it. But if you stay with me, you'll start to see the patterns, the behaviors, the mindset shifts that separate powerful people from everyone else. Let's start with the first one. 1. Control your emotions before you try to control anything else. If you can't control your reactions, you can't control your life. Simple. The fastest way to lose power is to react impulsively. Anger, frustration, insecurity. These are not just emotions. They are signals. And powerful people, they don't suppress emotions. They observe them. They pause. Because in that pause, there's control. And control is power. 2. Stop explaining yourself to everyone. Weak people over-explain. They justify. They seek approval. Powerful people, they state and move on. Not everyone deserves access to your reasoning. Not everyone needs your validation. The moment you stop needing others to understand you, you become harder to manipulate. And that's when power begins to show. 3. Build discipline that doesn't depend on motivation. Motivation is emotional. Discipline is structural. If you only act when you feel like it, you've already lost. Because feelings change. Powerful people don't rely on how they feel. They rely on systems, routines, standards. They do what needs to be done, even when they don't want to. Especially then. 4. Learn to be comfortable being disliked. This is where most people fail. They want to be liked, accepted, approved, but power requires separation, and separation creates friction. Not everyone will agree with you. Not everyone will understand you. And that's the point. If everyone likes you, you're playing too small. 5. Master silence. Silence is one of the most underestimated forms of power, because silence creates tension. It creates curiosity. It forces others to reveal more than they should. Powerful people don't rush to fill space. They observe. They listen. They wait. And in that waiting, they gain information. And information, that's leverage. 6. Stop seeking validation. The need for validation is a weakness most people never outgrow. They need likes, approval, recognition. But power comes from self-validation, from knowing your value, without needing it reflected back to you. Because when your worth depends on others, so does your behavior. And that's not power. That's dependency. 7. Think long-term while others think short-term. Most people are trapped in the now. Instant gratification, quick wins, temporary comfort. But powerful people, they think in years, decades. They make decisions today that will benefit them tomorrow, even if it costs them now. Because power isn't built overnight. It's compounded. 8. Control your environment relentlessly. Your environment shapes your behavior, your habits, your mindset, and most people leave it to chance. Powerful people don't. They choose what they consume, who they spend time with, what they tolerate, because they understand something most people don't. You don't rise to your goals. You fall to your environment. 9. Develop the ability to walk away. This is one of the hardest and most powerful skills you can develop. The ability to leave. A bad deal, a toxic relationship, a situation that doesn't serve you. Because the moment you believe you need something, you lose power over it. Power comes from options, from independence, from knowing you can walk away and still be okay. 10. Become dangerous, but disciplined. This is the one most people misunderstand. Being nice isn't the same as being good. And being harmless, that's not strength. Powerful people are capable of aggression, of dominance, of control, but they choose discipline. They choose restraint. Because real power isn't about what you do. It's about what you could do, but don't. And this is where everything changes. Because now, you're not trying to look powerful. You're becoming someone who is. Quietly, consistently, relentlessly. And the truth is, most people will never notice the shift until it's too late, until you're already ahead, already in control, already operating on a different level. So the question isn't, do you want power? The real question is, are you willing to become the person who can handle it? Because that's the part nobody talks about. High voltage sign 4. Key lessons, 300 words. The most important lesson from this framework is that power begins with self-mastery. Without control over emotions, impulses, and reactions, any external success becomes unstable. Emotional discipline allows individuals to respond strategically rather than react impulsively, creating a significant advantage in both personal and professional situations. Another critical takeaway is the importance of independence from validation. Many people unknowingly give away their power by relying on others for approval and recognition. When self-worth is internally defined, decisions become more authentic and less influenced by external pressure. This shift creates confidence that is not easily shaken. Long-term thinking is also a defining trait of powerful individuals. While most people prioritize immediate comfort or gratification, those who focus on future outcomes are able to build sustainable success. This requires patience, consistency, and the willingness to endure short-term discomfort for long-term gain. Additionally, the ability to walk away from situations that do not align with one's values is a strong indicator of personal power. Whether in relationships, work, or opportunities, detachment creates leverage. It ensures that decisions are made strength rather than necessity. Finally, true power is characterized by restraint. Being capable of force, influence, or dominance does not mean it must always be exercised. In fact, the most powerful individuals often demonstrate control through what they choose not to do. This balance between capability and discipline is what separates genuine power from mere appearance. By integrating these principles, individuals can transition from seeking power externally to building it internally, creating a more stable, confident, and influential version of themselves over time. Subscribe for more videos like this.